Thank you for being with us on the Feast of Blessed Carlo Acutis. Our top story tonight, the White House confirms tonight that the death toll in the Middle East fighting now includes at least 27 Americans. 14 are unaccounted for. And as the war between Israel and Hamas enters its sixth day, President Joe Biden sends his top diplomat to the region. Secretary of State Antony Blinken promises Israeli leaders that America will always be there by their side. White House Correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, today, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Israeli President Isaac Herzog in Tel Aviv. His visit comes as the war between Israel and the terror organization Hamas has claimed at least 2,600 lives on both sides. And the war is expected to escalate with a possible ground invasion.
In Gaza, near constant Israeli airstrikes, neighborhoods wiped out. The Israeli government hunting down Hamas after it massacred hundreds of people. Today in Israel, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with survivors of the Hamas attack.
Thank you for being here. It's really important.
And while speaking at a news conference alongside Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Secretary Blinken emphasizing Israel has the right and the obligation to defend itself.
Hamas has only one agenda: to destroy Israel and to murder Jews.
Blinken reflected on how members of his own family faced the horrors of the Holocaust.
So, Prime Minister, I understand on a personal level the harrowing echoes that Hamas's massacres carry for Israeli Jews, indeed, for Jews everywhere.
Meanwhile, speaking at NATO, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said the U.S. is working urgently to get Israel what it needs to defend itself.
Nobody should try to take advantage of this vile Hamas assault to cause more bloodshed or instability.
And last night, speaking to a group of Jewish American leaders, President Joe Biden said he's working on every aspect of the hostage crisis in Israel.
Now, the press are going to shout to me, and many of you are, that, what are you doing to get these folks home? If I told you, I wouldn't be able to get them home. Folks, there's a lot we're doing.
Asked where he draws his strength from in troubling times.
From my faith that at the core of every human being is a spark of humanity and decency. And it's got to be touched. It's got to be spoken to.
Also tonight, U.S. citizens and their families who are trying to leave Israel will get help from the U.S. government. The White House just announced it will arrange charter flights out of Israel. The first flight expected tomorrow. The U.S. government is arranging for at least 4 charter flights a day. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.